I think it's almost, yep, just after 10, Kevin. So I think we should probably get started here. We have a whole bunch of people online, some from Canada, some also from the States. That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us all the way to Saskatchewan. That's fantastic. All right. So I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Rochelle Tenhoff. You'll see me throughout the day. I'm the manager of marketing at Jesse's Journey. I'm going to be live streaming with you later on Facebook as we interview with John and with Perry and with the King family. So thank you again for participating in the virtual walk to defeat Duchenne this year. And it's on World Duchenne Awareness Day. So welcome everyone. Just a couple of housekeeping notes. You can just adjust your audio settings. At the bottom of your screen, you'll have a little toolbar. Just click the little arrow button and you can make sure that you can hear everything appropriately today. If you're having any difficulties before we get started, just do a little audio test just so you can hear everything okay. All right, well, it's just after 10 and people are still joining us online this morning. We have Dante's Courage team. Welcome, Michelle and Addison. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, put your shout outs to everyone in the chat room and we'll be sure to shout them out as we go along. But I would like to introduce Kevin George this morning. He's part of our Jesse's Journey Board of Directors and is also on our Walk to Defeat Duchenne committee as a volunteer, helping us to get today up and running. So Kevin, I will pass it over to you.
Great. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, everybody. It's great to see all of you popping up here from all across this great country and even outside of it. As you've noted, there are people walking today from in the U.S. and even in as far away as Australia. So it's great to have so many people participate on this World Duchenne Awareness Day. We are excited. We couldn't be sure when this all started and when COVID started how all this would work out. Normally, we'd be here in London in May out in Springbank Park. But with the change in all this, sometimes we get gifted opportunity. And so one of the beautiful things about this is that it's become so very interactive with so many people from near and far who've been able to interact. And for all of you to be on here today, it's a real great gift. So we want to thank all of you, to give thanks to our sponsors today who have done their part to make today special and to show their support and their care and their attention to Duchenne. And I believe we have a slide with the sponsors. There we are. And so our bronze sponsors are Bluestone Properties and Green City Produce, as well as Above and Beyond Promotions. And our silver sponsors are Western Pro Resp and St. Aidan's Anglican Church. I don't know what that is, but it's something I'm involved with. But we're very thankful today to our gold sponsor, Peter Yonka, and the people at OE Canada. Peter is an incredible guy. His company, which provides printing services, printers for at home, in office, and everywhere that you need office work. I can testify to how great they are because we have one of their copies right here in my church office. So, but more than that, Peter's a great Montreal Canadiens fan, so that makes him a great guy anyway. So we're just happy to have all these sponsors on board, doing all that they do to support us each year, and great to have people back. And of course, we give thanks to our media sponsor, Chorus Entertainment, for promoting as well as you have throughout these weeks as we get ready for this beautiful time today of walking. So we don't want to hold up too much of our time. We want to be ready to get out and get going. And so knowing that today is September 7th, World Duchenne Awareness Day, I would like to invite Peter Fragiskatos, who is the MP for London North, to bring his greetings this morning. Peter, it's great to see you. Welcome.
Wonderful to see you, Kevin. Thank you very much for including me today to everyone at Jesse's Journey. As I told John Davidson in the preparation for today when we were doing the audio check, it is a genuine honor to be with you. I remember when this all began. I never had the honor of meeting Jesse personally, but I will tell you, and I think that countless Canadians who now know his story and the story of the organization, he is in the category of the greatest Canadian heroes. He is in the category of Terry Fox, for example. I think when we think about what legacy Jesse has left behind, we have to frame it that way. So the fact that today is World Duchenne Awareness Day, the fact that the Government of Canada has recognized that, I think is enormously appropriate. And I continue to advocate for the organization. I've been in, if not regular contact, then very frequent contact with staff from Jesse's Journey, like Perry and Nicola, over the past few months, and will continue to do so around issues relating to the PMBRB. You can count on me for continued support on that issue. And certainly with events like this, want to do whatever I possibly can as a member of Parliament here in London to raise greater awareness, not only for the organization, but obviously for Duchenne in general. So thank you very much, and I wish everyone a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Peter, for those kind words and bringing greetings, and for your continued support. Certainly agree with you that I think I like you, Peter, never had the pleasure to meet Jesse, but hold him in such high esteem, the same way I hold our next speaker in high esteem, who is John, his dad. It's hard to believe that it is 25 years ago that John and Jesse started out on this journey. And about 8 years ago, I had the privilege of moving to London, to St. Aidan's Church, where I discovered this Canadian legend in my parish, John Davidson, a guy who had walked all the way across this country, 10 million steps for $10 million. And all the walking that he did around Ontario with Jesse, he and Jesse partnered. John is an incredible man who's done an incredible service to our country and to all the children who live with Duchenne. He's somebody that I look up to greatly. We love him, and it's because of his determination that we're all determined to do what we can to defeat Duchenne. So, John, I'm going to invite you now to bring your 25-year reflection.
Thank you very much, Kevin, and good morning, everyone. I'm John Davidson, more commonly known, I think, as Jesse's dad, and I'm a volunteer. I'm a volunteer at Jesse's Journey, and today is World Duchenne Awareness Day, and places across Canada are being lit up in red to mark the day, and some places in Europe, the United States, and as far as Australia, as Kevin mentioned. And this is just a great day. And when you think of some of those initials, World, D-A-D, Dad. It's not just dad, it's dads and moms and all those people that you can reach out to who are helping us make a huge difference. And I want to thank all of you for the efforts you're making today, all across Canada and elsewhere around the world. When we began, we had in mind this idea that we would like to fully fund all Duchenne researchers, so that we'll know that the maximum effort is being made to bring an end to a terrible, terrible disease. We knew that we had to do something fairly big, and we knew that Canadians related to people who go out and challenge themselves and challenge the geography of the country, because Canada is rather unique. A huge, huge landmass and a small population, really. And we are spread out on a very thin line that runs all the way across the country. And 90% of Canada lives within 100 miles of the US border. So Canadians get it. They understand people making that motion across the country and challenging themselves to see what they can do. So we may be a shy lot at times, but we learned how to ask. And that's the important part in any fundraiser, is to be able to ask genuinely, sincerely, with the commitment that's in your heart to make a difference, and people will respond to that. We learned that we could turn to parents, we could turn to grandparents, to aunts, to uncles, to brothers and sisters, to cousins, to friends, to colleagues at work. And people will help if you just ask them. We're a bit shy at doing that in this country, but when people understand the story, then they want to help. Duchenne, as we know, is a disease that affects boys almost exclusively, and we want to see if we can bring an end to that disease, because it is an absolute curse. And the young boys who are leading the parade today, they are the lifeblood in this story. They are the ones who show us what real courage is all about each and every day. Jesse was 15 years old when he and I began our journey on the 20th of May, 1995. We were at the Manitoba-Ontario border. It was a Saturday morning. The snow was blowing sideways, and my friend Ron Calhoun, who worked with Terry Fox, I remember him saying that Duchenne didn't wait for the perfect day to strike, and we're not waiting for a perfect day to strike back. And so in the snow and wind, we set out, really not knowing quite what we were doing. But we stuck with it. We made it up a few days, but we were determined to try and make that difference. And eventually, Jesse's journey became a pretty smooth running operation, and everybody was committed. They knew why they were there, and they knew what we were trying to accomplish. And the stories were amazing. And people always ask me, is there a story you can tell us from the road? So yes, let me share one. Sometimes when we had police escort, and they were fantastic, all across Ontario in 1995 and across Canada a little later. And we had firefighters who came out to help. And sometimes people arrive at something and, you know, they can be a little grumpy. They're not quite ready for their day. Maybe they haven't had that morning Timmy's yet or whatever it might be. But we had a firefighter in east of Toronto who came out, and he had the truck, and it was kind of a, yeah, what do we have to do? So I explained how we wanted him to be out in front of us and far enough ahead that we weren't bothered by the exhaust fumes and so on, because Jesse's health was important. It was always important. And so he said, okay, and he set out, and then he began to see what had happened. He saw people. He saw people coming to the side of the road, coming with little jars of coins and coming with cash and wanting to shake hands and touch Jesse and wish him well and so on. By the end of the day, he had changed his mind. He understood because he got the story now. And he said, where are you having dinner? So we told him wherever it was we were going. And at the end of dinner, he showed up with his son. I was amazed. The little boy was maybe 8 or 9. And then this fellow reached into his wallet and he pulled out a medallion that was probably about 3 inches wide. And it had the name of the fire department. It was quite thick and heavy. It was silver dollar quality at least. And it had the crest on there of the fire department and his number, his volunteer firefighter number. And I asked him about that. And he said, that number is on there that if I become a body, that's how they'll identify me. I was amazed. And he said, John, he said, I've had this in my pocket for 17 years, and I want Jesse to have it. That's the effect that you can have on people. That's what you can do each and every day if you're determined to make a difference in the lives of others. And that's exactly what we have been trying to do. That's just one of the stories that happened every single day. We had a lady one day who stumbled and fell in front of us, and Jesse and I stopped and we were helping her. She had cut her nose, and Jesse wasn't sure if the picture she came to take had turned out, so he got a picture of himself and he signed it for the lady, and she was sitting there on the grass, and she looked up and she said, well, Jesse, I think you can see I've really fallen for you. And then she was not sure what to do next. And we said, can we get you some water? And we had bottles of water. And she looked at us and said, don't you have anything stronger? These were the kinds of things that happened each and every day. That's who's out there. That's who makes up Canada. And if you just ask, people will help. And they've been helping for a long time. And that is what has permitted us to become the leader when it comes to funding research. And we're going to stay with this until we find that cure that we know is out there. We know it's there. We just have to work to find it. And it may be just barely over the horizon now. Whereas years ago at the beginning, we had no idea where it was. So today, across the country, places are being lit up in red, including our house. And I'll post that picture on Facebook very shortly. Places from BC Place in Vancouver to the Tower in Calgary, homes across the prairies to the CN Tower. Niagara Falls is being lit up in red. And there are places in Quebec and the Maritimes and Newfoundland. And this is going to grow and grow and grow, that September 7th, we'll see Canada a blaze of red from coast to coast until we find that cure that we know we're going to find. So Jesse's family here in London, we're just one family, maybe one little ray of hope, one little bit of light shining that bright red that maybe others will ask about. And make sure you tell them your story, tell them what it is we're doing. And I want to say good luck to all of you today who are taking part in various events for Jesse's Journey across the country. I know that with our virtual walk, we are literally getting closer and closer to that cure that we are looking for. Thank you for all that you are doing and making a difference in the lives of others, because in the world we live in, that's really all we can do. That's our whole purpose here. Make a difference for other people. Have yourselves a great Duchenne Awareness Day, DAD. Be a good dad, be a good mom, be a good aunt, uncle, cousin, sister, brother, nephew, niece, colleague at work. Be a friend. Be a friend to your friend, because your friends need your help. And we know that if we all work together, we can make this happen. So God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Once again, you always hit the nail right on the head. So thank you for all that you do, and for reminding us today of just how important all this is and how much you've put into this yourself, your family. Want to double back a little bit, and we would have introduced Perry Essler, who's our executive director, to talk to you this morning. But Perry and Nicole, his wife, have taken on the Founders Challenge to walk 33 kilometers today, and God bless them. It decided to rain in London. However, they've been on the go since early, and we have a live update, which is to say they've walked over 14 kilometers of their 33 already, and they're passing through the Terry Fox section of the park, where we would normally be. So if you can hear us out there, Nicole and Perry, we shout out our love to you. We are blessed to have a strong executive director who's doing incredible work to help raise the profile of Duchenne and to continue to do the funding that we need to do. But on his behalf, I'll throw it back to Rochelle, who's going to offer some of what Perry would have done if he wasn't soaking wet and having cramps in his legs or whatever it is he's got going on out there.
And of course, Perry would do a much better job, so bear with me for a second. I'm not going to take too much of your time, everyone, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about World Duchenne Awareness Day and World Duchenne, or Duchenne Awareness Month across Canada. And some of you will know that Jesse's Journey 2020 really turned a new page in our book as we begin to focus on 4 different strategic priorities. John touched upon the vital research and how that's so crucial to move Duchenne forward, and that's something that we are committed to across Canada as a registered charity, and where all of our funds go to is funding that research. We also want to build a family of families, and I think I've seen that, especially as I see participants join us today across the country, new families that have come on through the walk and through other initiatives, and we're so happy to build that network of families across Canada. Advocacy, Nicola Worsfold, who's on the call as well with her family in Toronto. She's our Director of Research and Advocacy. She's doing an amazing job. Peter Francescatos touched a little bit upon that and the importance of advocating on behalf of the Duchenne community when we talk about the access to treatments for our boys and young men in Canada. And then certainly education, making sure that newly diagnosed parents and family members have the tools and resources and that they know that we're here to help them along their journey. So today we have over 180 walkers across Canada for the virtual Walk to Defeat Duchenne, and we're very, very excited that it not only is in Canada, but it's also beyond. And like I mentioned, we have some people on our call today from the States, and we have some family members walking in Australia as well. So thank you so much for joining this event. I also wanted to share a quick resource from the World Duchenne Awareness Organization. It's World Duchenne Awareness Day, and they've hosted a webinar this morning on Duchenne in the brain, which is the theme for this year, but they've also put out a really wonderful video. And today, throughout the day, we encourage you to join our Facebook page. We have so many resources and key messages for you to share on your personal page to help grow the awareness of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. But I wanted to show quite quickly just this little video here, so just give me 2 seconds because I think it is absolutely wonderful. So just a quick video from the World Duchenne Organization that I think helps to really bring light why we're all doing this. We're all in this together. We're all doing this across Canada and the world to help defeat Duchenne. So I'm just going to skip a couple slides here ahead. And there's 4 main different ways across Canada that we're encouraging you to get involved through Duchenne Awareness Month. The first is to spread the word. So videos like that and a whole bunch of other materials you can find on our website, jessiesjourney.com. Like I said, there's a webinar already hosted as we speak this morning by the World Duchenne Organization on Duchenne in the brain. So learn a little bit more, share some messages of hope on social media and to your network. The other one that Kevin mentioned is to join the fight. We have a variety of events going on this month to help raise funds for Duchenne research. Obviously today is the walk, but we also have Squad Up happening throughout the month where you can play any game, any day, any way in support of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And we have a very special community day on September 26th where we have streamers that are playing a variety of games online for us, helping to raise money. And then we also have Live in the Movement, and we have Kasha Mitten, who's going to be doing our warm-up shortly online here. And Kasha is a co-creator of the MASH movement, looking to do 25 days of wellness with 40 different facilitators across the globe, anything from meditation to yoga to breathing exercises, all in support of Duchenne and Jesse's journey. So we want to thank Kasha and her co-creator Maggie for hosting that event for us as well. Number 3 is, as John mentioned, light up your city. Yesterday we had the Calgary Tower. Today we have a whole variety of different locations. And we really do encourage you to reach out to your own municipal landmarks and monuments for the rest of the month. And let's light up our cities across Canada in red in recognition of Duchenne Awareness Month. So it's not too late. Here's the 9 that we have for today, recognizing World Duchenne Awareness Day. And last but not least is to host your own event. It's not too late to do something safe in your own local community to help raise funds and awareness for Duchenne Awareness Month. It could be anything from porch packages to donations in lieu of birthday gifts, maybe a silent auction online, doing it safely due to COVID, but helping to raise awareness and funds in your local community. The last thing I wanted to note, I wanted to show a picture actually, as Perry finishes about 14.5 kilometers, he's going to be walking through Ivy Park here in London, and we had a lovely chalk artist put this artwork together of Jesse and John from their 1995 walk across Ontario, and it's quite beautiful, and I just wanted to show that as a tribute to John and Jesse and today's walk. So now I would like to introduce the King family who are online. And the King family are in London, Ontario. I've had the amazing honor to get to know them over the past year since I've been with Jesse's Journey. Dylan, who has Duchenne, is so cute and amazing, and we got to meet in January. And Steve, I'm going to pass it over to you if you don't mind unmuting yourself and telling us a little bit about why you walk.
Sure. Thank you very much, and thank you for having us. It's an honor to have us as the ambassador family for the walk this year. The 25th anniversary of John's walk, and of course World Duchenne Day, a lot of things coming together. So we feel honored and privileged to be part of the family of families today, especially. And despite the inclement weather, we're looking to get hopping here and get out there, and hopefully we don't get rained on. I think also we want to just give a special shout out to John here today. 25 years and sort of celebrating the walk. It's one of the first things after we learned our diagnosis of Dylan's condition. One of the first things that the medical team did for us was put us in touch with Jesse's Journey. They opened up and said, who John Davidson is? And, yeah, I'm from London. Of course I know who John Davidson is. The guy's a legend. Well, you guys should go down to Springbank Park in May, and, they have a walk and you can get to meet some people. And, early on, you're feeling a little shell-shocked by all this. Your life has really taken a 90-degree turn, and you don't really know where to go, who to talk to, who can commiserate, who can relate. And I'll tell you, we showed up for that walk for the first time, a little bit bewildered, didn't know anybody. We got introduced to John very quickly. The shoulders started to drop a little bit, started to feel a little bit more comfortable about everything. My company that I work for had about 100 people that came out and supported us. And again, I felt another little wave of relief, and slowly but surely just getting involved with Jesse's Journey. It's one of those organizations that we participate, we support, and we feel supported in return. So I want to give a shout out to you guys and say thank you again for having us as the ambassador this year. And John, congratulations on 25 years. It's an inspiration. I can tell you every year, coming up on the walk in Springbank Park in May, 10K, you know, we prepare for that. It doesn't seem like a huge distance, but I'll tell you, every time after we're done, our family and our friends that come and join us, you feel it. 10K is not an inconsequential amount of walking to do. And I think that John put in 33 a day for day after day after day. I think if I did 33 today, I'll be impressed with myself, but I'm not sure I could do it tomorrow. So John, congratulations. You're an inspiration to us. You are our patriarch of the organization here, and we thank you for your leadership and your ongoing support. So get that out of the way first. So talking about living with Duchenne, well, you know, like I said, a diagnosis really, it changes everything for you. It's, you know, your life the vision that you think that you've got for your future, the plans that you have, those change. It's not necessarily worse. You just reset your expectations. Things are different. The things that you thought you were going to spend your money on, maybe you're going to spend them on different things. But it's in our life here in our King family, we have a motto where we say, you know, today looks a lot like yesterday, and tomorrow is going to look like a lot like today. So you keep that on. Everything just sort of is manageable day by day. We count our blessings. We focus on different things now. How we spend time together and how we do stuff together, father and son. It's just a little bit different these days. We don't go for bike rides or things like that. We do other stuff. Today we're going to spend a lot of time cruising through the family and seeing some friends and neighbors that hopefully are going to join us. I think that important enough as well as a piece of advice for other families, you know, equip yourself with knowledge. It's a complex disease. There's a lot that goes on with taking care of a little guy with Duchenne. But you know, we love our little guy. Dylan, say hi to everybody. There he is. He's a man of few words. But you know, we enjoy each other's company, and we enjoy being part of Jesse's Journey family. We enjoy supporting the walk. Sandra here is a champion, and when it comes to fundraising for this every day as well. And you know, when it comes to life, you know, like I said, we focus on different things these days. We moved recently into a spot that's one floor that's a little better able to support Dylan and getting around. So those kind of changes. Sandra is a internationally certified Montessori teacher, and she gave up that career to support Dylan. But at the same time, that's not a glass half empty. That's a glass half full. It helps him. It helps me in doing my day-to-day stuff. So as I say, it's just a matter of resetting expectations. But again, thank you for having us as the ambassador family this year. We're happy to support you guys and the charity. And once again, John, congratulations on 25 years and everyone at World Duchenne Day today. Thanks for having us.
Gosh, Steve, thank you so much. And to all of you over there, it's Steve and Sandra and Elise and Dylan. It's great to see you. I feel like I've met celebrities because I feel like you've been all over the place lately, like all over the city even. It's like I always wanted to meet somebody who was on the bus, and you're on the bus. So it's you know, the families are really the heroes in all of this, and John will tell you that. It's really quite something, and we thank you for all that you're doing, and for the gifts that you've given to all of us, and for sharing with us this morning. And I'd like to now welcome Kasia Mitten, who's also an ambassador family, and she's going to show us how to warm up and stretch and get ourselves ready for this walk. So, Kasia.
Hi, thanks so much, Kevin. And just before I get started, I just again want to echo everybody's words. John, we are so grateful for the road that you have paved for us. I am out here in BC. My name is Kasia Mitten. I am one of the co-creators of the MASH movement, and the MASH stands for Movement, Awareness, Service, and Health. And that is what we are about. And I am so honored to be able to lead through this couple-minute stretch. I was talking to Rochelle. She said, you know, most people will be sitting. So I thought, you know what, we can just sit in our chairs, and I'm going to share some music with you. And I hope you guys just take the next couple minutes to have fun and enjoy the music. And we're just going to be in movement together, which is what it's all about today, in honor of all the families. I am so grateful to have this community. So thank you so, so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my music here. So hopefully the audio will be okay. If not, just feel free to groove to your own beat here. So my son Jude picked out this song for us today. So hopefully it brings a little joy to your morning. So just sitting in your chair, you guys, is the music okay? Can you hear it? Awesome. Okay, just sitting in your chair. I'm just going to get us to start breathing. So lifting those shoulders up. So up and down, up and down. Yes, there we go. All right, and then we're just going to move into our neck. So right side, center, left side, right side. That's it. And then just looking over your shoulder, really getting that full range of motion. That's it. All right, let's take those shoulders back, everybody. So roll them back and just let out any areas of tightness, tension, stress, any anxiety you might be carrying today. Let's let it all down so we can just celebrate, be in community. That's it. Let's go forward with those shoulders. All the way, up and over. That's it. All right, let's take that right hand, cross it right over the body. And we'll take that opposite hand. Woo, yeah, try not to hit somebody next to you. All right, guys, let's take both hands down to your seat and just do a nice little twist, bringing out through that central nervous system, just bringing everything out here. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, love. Exhale, love. And we'll go to the other side. Awesome. All right, taking those hands forward, everyone. Let's just roll it out. Nice little circles. Nice and easy. Other way. All right. Now taking that foot, coming to a flex position, take it right out in front of you. Option number one is just to hinge forward at the hips, feeling it through the backs of the hamstrings. There we go. Option number two, you can take it all the way down. Just that right foot, those toes are nice and flexed. We are waking up our legs here. We are sending gratitude for our able bodies, for those of us that are getting out and getting in movement. I thank the universe every day for my ability to get up and move. Awesome. All right, coming forward. Let's just end with 3 big breaths here, you guys. Inhale. 1 breath for ourselves, for showing up for ourselves today. 1 breath for our families and for those boys with DMD and all the families. And then the last breath, just send it to somebody that you think might need a little extra love today. Inhale, exhale, let it out. Thank you guys so, so much. I hope you have an amazing day of movement, amazing day of community. And I am just so honored again for this DMD and community and for Jesse's journey, for all of your support. So thank you so, so much.
Thank you, Kasia. I think I just did more exercise than I've done in the last month, so I need to go have a beer now.
Woohoo! Yeah, it's all about balance, right?
Yeah, I don't have any balance, but that's another matter. We're grateful to you and grateful to everyone. Let me remind people, those of you who are on social media, to use your socials today. So hashtag Defeat Duchenne. We're on Facebook at Defeat Duchenne and Twitter and Instagram at Jesse's_journey. Make sure your account is public. Get the information out there. Share with your friends and neighbors. As Rochelle has reminded us, there's a month of awareness, and every opportunity we have to continue to spread the message and spread the word is important. So thank you for what you do. Thank you to all of you who've been here as panelists this morning, to Peter Fragascatos, to the King family, to Kasia, and of course to our ambassador family, the King family, for your presence with us today. And for all of you who've joined us across the country and even from outside the country, we're glad that you're here. We're glad for what you're doing, and we give thanks for the opportunity to get out and walk today, to raise awareness and to defeat Duchenne. There's much more to come, and Rochelle can tell you about that.
I was just sending a message to everyone in the chat room, wishing you a wonderful walk. I think, Kevin, you've really hit the nail on the head talking about everything. On Facebook Live, we're going to have 3 different interviews today. I'm going to be meeting with John soon, and we're going to have a little chat about the 25-year anniversary, about the 1995 walk, and about Jesse. And we're going to be doing that at about 11:45. Then I'm going to be meeting Perry and Nicole on their walk as they finish their Founders Challenge of 33 kilometers today. I'm going to be meeting with them around 1. And then I'm going to be hopping over to go see the King family later on this afternoon around 3. And then around 5 o'clock, I would love if everyone could join us online. We're going to have an open broadcast on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, be sure to follow Jesse's Journey and join the conversation online. Turn on our cameras, say hi, get to know one another, share our stories and our messages of hope at 5 o'clock. And then back at 7 o'clock, we're going to be here on Zoom, and Perry is going to be with us, and he's going to be sharing our top fundraiser, our top child and youth fundraiser. You know, those people on social media, we're watching you, and the person that posts and shares the most is also going to win a prize. And then our early bird winner as well, those that registered before August 7th. So that will be again at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. So we have a full day of activities planned, and we'll see you guys online. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.